Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Hope you're having a fantastic day. This is going to be a Raid Shadow Legends video, and we have got a lot going on here in the middle of the week. First, I'm going to get you a promo code. We have got some free stuff that I want you to take advantage of, so I'll show you how to put that in here in game. And then also, we have got a live arena preview video coming out from Plarium on their official channel. So let's watch it together and see what is going on. I'll let you know what I think about that. And there's going to be a legendary champion that can be earned by participating in the live arena. I haven't looked at that champion either. We'll pull it up and we'll first react to some of this stuff and get you full context for everything happening as we head into the middle of the week for Raid. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, I am told there is a new promo code that you want to be in the loop on, and that is going to be PayPal Raid 2023. So PayPalRaid 2023, and boom, we put that in, and we get a champion. I honestly had no clue what it was. I heard about a promo code, so I wanted to put it in live for you on video, and we are getting a rare champion right here in Sanctum Protector, stun, AoE, increased defense, AoE, ally, 70, okay. Pretty much a food champion, to be honest with you there, as a rare that I didn't even recognize. I had to refresh my kit, and there's a reason why. But also, getting a little bit of free stuff here, it never hurts. So, PayPal Raid 2023. So then, first order of business, I want to see what is coming down the pipeline here with this live arena preview. So, let's watch this together here real quick.
Our newest update preview, where we'll be shining a light on one of our most highly anticipated features. Prepare to enter the live arena. As always, let's cover the basics first. Live Arena is a new arena mode where you can engage in real-time PvP battles against other players. While that's incredibly awesome by itself, Live Arena also comes with new quests, new artifact sets, as well as a Great Hall expansion, where you can use special Live Arena crests you earn from winning battles to unlock additional bonuses. I know, I'm excited.
Okay, so yeah, it showed us the, yep, okay, so top right, you've got the tokens. Those are going to be the live arena tokens. And then, yep, we kind of saw all of this already, okay? Now, I did see that it had, you could see the player's name and their rank and then their account level, it looks like. And then there is an option to auto. Obviously, you can't adjust like the ×2 or the ×1 because you're both on the same thing. But there is an option to auto, so you're not forced to manual if it's a match you're going to easily win or easily lose.
2. You'll unlock Live Arena once you reach level 50, and it'll be open several times a day. Our first idea was to have this as an always-on feature, but in development, we found it caused problems finding matches quickly and reliably. So, our plan is to open Live Arena on a set daily schedule, so we can ensure you won't have huge wait times when finding a match. To make sure everything's working correctly ahead of its grand opening, we'll be running a Live Arena test launch with a limited group of players. You can see the schedule for this test on screen now. As for the full launch, here's the schedule on screen. Live Arena will open in 2-hour windows, which should give you more than enough time to...
Okay, so these are when it is going to be opening fully here for battles. So 4 different times a day, 2 hours apiece. So, okay, at least that's a pretty good spread throughout the day. Should hit most people's time zones and schedules.
To get your battles in. Remember, the full launch schedule is subject to change, and we'll of course let you know if and when it does.
Oh wait, did they change that?
How do I
the
start
turn?
Subject to change.
Yeah, okay, so the first screenshot I saw of this, it was showing like, I think it was 30 seconds for your turn, and I said that could be concerning because matches could take like 30 minutes, but looks like they've lowered that to 15 seconds, so okay, they're speeding up the pace a little bit of Live Arena, at least compared to some of the first teaser I saw, I think.
And we'll of course let you know if and when it does. Enough talk. How do I start fighting? Like Classic or Tag Arena, initiating a Live Arena battle costs a Live Arena token. You can have a maximum Live Arena.
Okay, now this is cool. I haven't seen this screen yet. I like the aesthetic of it. Raid always knocks it out of the park. I like how the battle arena looks and how some of these screens look and stuff so far, at least.
Battle costs a Live Arena token. You can have a maximum of 5 at any given time, and you can purchase a refill with gems if you run out. Each new refill will cost more than the last one, though both the refill price and your default Live Arena tokens reset each day at midnight UTC. So your tokens are burning a hole in your pocket. Let's get to the juicy PvP fun. Once you hit the Find Opponent button, the game will find a worthy combatant of a similar skill level within your current Live Arena tier. To make matchmaking as fair as possible, matches are found based on both your average and most recent performance data. Once you're matched with a suitable opponent, you're on to the first phase of battle. This is where you pick your champions and where the mind games truly begin. A coin flip decides who picks first, and then each player takes
This person's screwed. Their avatar had Taras.
a turn picking champions from their roster. Both players go back and forth until they both have a team of 5. Then each player gets to ban a single champion from the opposing team. That means that champion won't be taking part in the battle, bringing teams down to 4. In bronze and silver tiers, you can use duplicate champions. Once you hit gold, though, all champion picks must be unique across both.
Now that's an interesting take. I kind of like that, honestly. It's going to be a little bit harder to build rosters in the lower leagues. I was always saying they should do fun stuff like that in the classic arena. Once you get up into the gold tier, they should have like certain factions be each week or something. So I do like how they're differentiating between bronze and silver and then up in gold. So I think that's a good play so far.
Both teams. That means no duplicate champions at all. You can use all sorts of devious tricks during this phase. Conceal your intended strategy. Pick decoy champions to trick your opponent into banning a champion you weren't going to use. Deliberately pick champions to take them off the table for your opponent. The possibilities are endless. Just be aware that these same tricks are being used against you. Finally, each player selects their team leader. As with all other game modes,
So isn't it going to be... I almost think... Yeah, I would say this phase should almost be blind, because isn't it going to be a massive disadvantage for the person that has to pick first? Because then the other person is going to be able to counter them first. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to see it kind of in action during the test phase.
Deliberately pick champions to take them off the table for your opponent. The possibilities are endless. Just be aware that these same tricks are being used against you. Finally, each player selects their team leader. As with all other game modes, the team leader's aura skill will empower the rest of your champions, so choose carefully. Don't take too long considering your strategy. Each of these phases has a time limit, and the game will decide for you if the time runs out. Once the teams are locked in, it's time to battle. In terms of the battles themselves, there's no mechanical difference between Live Arena and Classic Arena. The turn order of champions is determined by their speed stat and various turn meter manipulation skills. And each champion takes a turn and uses skills like they always do. But while the mechanics may be the same, you're now fighting a real human instead of an AI. So be prepared for anything. Watch the clock when choosing your skills. You've got 15 seconds to make your choice. If you don't decide in time, well, the game will. Fail to take your turn 3 times in a row, and you'll go into auto battle mode until you assume direct control. There's an overall time limit for every battle, too. Fail to finish within 30 minutes, and both players will be credited with a loss.
Yeah, I'm disappointed they didn't change that. I think that's going to open up the door to some trolling. But, you know, anyway.
Stalling isn't a viable strategy, and you'll want to fight as many Live Arena battles as you can while it's open. Now, let's take a look at why you'll want to play Live Arena.
Because my point was there should be some sort of tiebreaker based on the person trying to win, like we see in boxing or UFC or whatever. They give bonus points or credit to the aggressor because they're trying to force action. So if there's a tie, it's going to lean in the direction of the aggressor. I think they should have a tiebreaker caveat here on a tie for like the person who dealt the most damage or something maybe. But anyway, just kind of thinking off the top of my head, I worry about the forced tie.
Arena. As if the thrill of testing yourself against real people wasn't enough, winning Live Arena battles gets you Live Arena points and Live Arena crests. We'll go on to crests in a minute. As for points, earning these will see you advance through the different Live Arena tiers, from bronze to gold. For now, there's no platinum tier. Once you reach silver 1, losing battles will lose you points. If you don't fight at least 1 Live Arena battle for 5 days, you'll start to lose 5 Live Arena points each day.
Now, one thing I'm curious about, I hope it's not like Tag Team Arena where it's gate kept based on the amount of players. It doesn't look like it is. It needs to be a percentage of the player base and not like top 500, top 1,000, top 2,000, because then it doesn't grow with the community, and that's why you see the horrible experience that people have with Tag Team Arena trying to get up into gold for like their progress missions. So I really hope it's based on a percentage and not
Losing
flat
battles
numbers.
will lose you points. If you don't fight at least 1 Live Arena battle for 5 days, you'll start to lose 5 Live Arena points each day until you fight another battle. There are also repeatable Live Arena quests that give you various rewards, including a Live Arena token refill and new artifacts. On top of that, we have multiple one-time rewards for reaching certain point milestones, ranging from a fancy new avatar to even a legendary champion. Speaking of artifacts, let's pause and take a closer look at the new sets available from Live Arena: Impulse and Zeal. Impulse artifacts increase your champion's speed and provide a chance.
Impulse, Instinct, it's kind of like, and then they both do speed, so that's interesting. People are gonna get confused by that probably, or at least I will. So speed 12%, 30% to reduce a random skill. Okay, so it's kind of like a buffed up reflex set with a little bit of speed. So yeah, it's pretty decent. I like it.
Chance of reducing the cooldown of a random skill by 1 turn. It's a great set for nukers, healers, pretty much anyone with skills you want to use as often as possible. Then we have Zeal artifacts. They increase the champion's critical damage by 25%.
All right, so ooh, they're trying to get that mechanic in there again, like the set that no one uses, like the Fury or whatever. 7.5 damage for every 20. Oh, it's actually the opposite. Okay, so I was speaking too soon. 7.5 damage for every 20% HP they have. Oh, so like your enemy has. Okay. Could be interesting.
5%, and have them dealing more damage if their target still has high HP. It should give your attackers and nukers a little extra punch to take down champions in one shot. Both these sets will be available in the reward chests you get.
So what they're trying to do is probably have a set that has like fills the gap of where Savage is really good versus champions that have high defense. They're probably trying to release a set that is good against champions that have high HP. You know, you get a champion that is built with, I'm trying to think, like a miscreated monster or something, a Magnar, or something built with 120, Mountain King, you know, 130,000 HP, but only like 2,000 defense. Maybe you would want a set that gets bonus damage based on HP instead of ignoring defense. So they're probably trying to fill in that gap there in the gearing. So it could be okay if the numbers are right.
Get for winning 35 Live Arena battles. This is a regular quest, so you'll be able to farm these artifacts so long as you keep winning. Finally, let's return to those shiny Live Arena crests. You can spend the crests you win in Live Arena battles to unlock area bonuses in the Great Hall. Here's how they work. Live Arena crests come in bronze, silver, and gold, just like classic arena medals. The first 3 levels of any area bonus are upgraded with bronze crests. Levels 4 to 6 need silver, and everything else needs gold. You can also use higher tier crests to unlock lower tier bonuses, just like with classic arena medals. You might also notice that with the introduction of area bonuses, the old bonuses earned by spending arena medals have had a name change. These are now called affinity bonuses because, as the name suggests, they boost the stats of champions of a specific affinity. We'll give you 3 guesses as to what area bonuses do. That's right. They boost the stats of any champion, but only in specific locations. For example, upgrading the attack bonus slot in the Potion Keeps row will, you guessed it, increase your champion's attack when fighting in the Potion Keeps. Area bonuses will also give you the option to increase.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think about this. I almost like the way that it was in the first time with just the general bonuses for people that can just progress their account. I mean, people are honestly probably just gonna upgrade the Hydra row, like, because it's the toughest to get into, like the Brutal and Nightmare, or maybe the Demon Lord is super important, but I feel like this is gonna be a little bit more difficult on players too. But this is more of a long game probably. They're trying to turn Raid into like an MMO. So yeah, I don't know what to think. I'm neutral. You can let me know if I should be positive or negative on this. I can be convinced.
Increase your champion's speed, and even give them the ability to ignore a portion of enemy defense. Remember the hard mode dungeons we talked about in the previous What's Next in Raid episode? Area bonuses will be a huge help in farming those locations. And the best thing? Area bonuses apply to a champion's base stat directly, just like affinity bonuses. Add all these bonuses together, and you'll be super strong when fighting in certain locations. Bosses, fear my wrath. Okay, that's all there is to tell about Live Arena for now. We can't wait to see the changes to Raid's PvP.
Okay, interesting. I would give what I saw here in this video like an 8.5 out of 10. I didn't see the ranks being gate kept by a flat number, at least in this teaser. They lowered the time for turns from like 30 to 15 seconds. They're introducing some new sets that at least seem interesting, at least seem like they could have a role in the game, and they're opening it at 4 different times of the day. You're not going to have to do like 50 battles a day or anything, so I think it could mostly be heading in the right direction, as long as what we see is kind of an accurate representation. But it's not perfect. There's still some things that would need to be adjusted, and I need to see how the matchmaking works and how like the 30-minute ties and all that stuff go before I can really get a more accurate grade. But so far, I think it's got potential to be a net positive as long as they implement it properly. But remember, they also said there's going to be a legendary champion up for grabs, so I want to pull that up. It's going to be a Bannerlord legendary. Now, I pulled it up and got ready for the video here, but I have not read this at all. I'm going to be live reacting. So, attack one enemy, place an extra hit if the target has no buffs, and if the attack is critical, repeats the attack once. I mean, without knowing the multiplier, that could either be decent or complete garbage. It's a little bit underwhelming for an A1 unless it hits really hard for an A1. Like, that better be one of the hardest hitting A1s in the game. It better be like Candrefon or something. And then the A2 looks like it books to a 3-turn cooldown. That's promising. Attack one enemy, remove all buffs, and then place a decreased defense on the target. So we got a lot of single target stuff going on. Can't be resisted or blocked. That's good. If it's going to be single target nowadays, it's got to be that. And then we've got damage inflicted by the skill cannot be decreased by enemy passives or masteries, except by the passive skills of bosses. Damage inflicted by the skill cannot be increased by either the champion's masteries or interesting. So okay, that's a new mechanic. And then resets the cooldown of the A3 here if it gets a kill, and the A3 is going to be the AoE, and increased attack, increased crit damage for 3 turns is nice. And then okay, so we've got a lot of skill lowering but like I almost like resets the cooldown is nice, but the strip away already has a lower cooldown, and so you'd almost have to like do the A3. You'd also have to do like, it's weird how that works. That's going to be a little bit weird, especially based on how the AI is going to function. Then we got percussion. Each of the champion's skills deal pure damage. The amount of pure damage dealt is equal to 10%. So, oh, additional pure damage. Okay, I was confused. Additional pure damage. Pure damage dealt is equal to 10% of the target's max HP. That's good. That's good. As a passive, doing extra. Okay, I was gonna be a little bit underwhelmed, but the passive intrigues me. That's pretty good. The pure damage doing bonus based on enemy max HP and buffs, that could be really good, and it will ignore shields. Okay, so I was gonna say like a B-, honestly, but the passive excites me a little bit, so I may go to like a B+. That's literally gonna raise me up like 2 or 3 tiers on the grading system. I can't really go into the A's until I'm able to test him, and I need to know his multipliers. He is void, so he's not going to be hitting weak, but it's hard to go like A+ on a champion, especially when they're a damage dealer, when you don't know their multipliers. So for now, I mean, intriguing, B+, something like that, and the passive really kind of upped his value in my opinion. Then as we swap on over to the stuff going on in game, I'm going to try to be quick here because I know we've already got a longer-ish video here for the daily wrap-up because of all the craziness going on. But it is going to be your last opportunity to get your guaranteed Supreme KO by pulling 110 voids. It's looking like I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm just, if I was at 70 or 80 voids, I'd probably try to buy an offer and go for it. But I'm not about to spend like $200 something to get a Supreme KO. The price is just too high for how much they have stuff going on. So unless some miracle happens, I'm probably not going to be going for it. CBC, it's day 2 of CBC, so definitely get in there, and then we're going to have a 13 day cooldown until our next CBC. As far as tournaments going on, you do have the specialized Dark Elves Ice Golem tournament here that I'm probably gonna win. It looks like it's realistic. I might as well go for it here today. I'll get myself to like 3,000, 4,000 points, and I'll see if that's good enough here to win that. If you want to see the team that I was using all I did for my Dark Elves team was I did stage 20 just to try and win the tournament, and I've got my Noct, Mithrawa, Kale, Zavia, and Lydia. I didn't really do any min-maxing or trying to get down to like a 45-second run or anything. I just kind of threw it in there and farmed it passively. But there is also a Dragon tournament going on right here. So if you're not going to win your Ice Golem tournament, honestly, it might be better to do the Dragon because there is a little bit of double dipping with the, my camera is blocking it, but I can slide over. We got a drop fever going on for speed. So definitely a decent opportunity to get after some speed artifacts there and grind up the dungeon for the Dragon dungeon. And then we've got Dungeon Divers. That's going to be double dipping with that a little bit, but you know the drill on some of this anniversary stuff. We can mostly just use it as passive reward acquisition. And then, is there anything noteworthy in the shop? There's really going to have to be something crazy to bring me back into being interested about the Kale. The Soulstone Party Pack. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'll plug it in and see. Spring Pack, just not enough voids in there. And really, this is the offers for day 2 of Supreme Kale? Come on. Seriously? I thought I would get like a pack for like 24 voids for 50 bucks or something. Like, really? This is there's nothing? Okay, that's a massive disappointment. This is gonna be, yeah, this is not gonna be it, I don't think. Yeah, this will grade out to about a 1.0 or so it won't be very good. We already did the spring packs at 1.14, I believe. And then let's plug this in real quick. So that is $20, and then you get the 700K. And then the Immortal Soul Stones of 3 of them. So in terms of Plarium prices, we've got a 1.17. So, okay, so for a high spender, this would be decent. For a low to medium spender, this would be a pass. So very, very underwhelming here for the shop today, especially with day 2 of Supreme. Oh, wait, here it comes. Oh, so, is this going to be anything noteworthy? So the string pack is 6 for 20, and then, so 6 for 20, it'll be like 9 for 25 or 30, and then like well, it might be 20, 25, 30, and then this one right here, but still, it's only 6 plus 15, 28. Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking with these offers. That's not obviously going to entice me when this is going on. So, okay, it looks like I'm not going to be going for Supreme Kale, and judging by the polling on the channel here, it looks like about 4 to 8% of the player base is going after Supreme Kale. So, shout out to all of you that did the voting over on the community tab. I really appreciate you keeping us in the loop as to how the community is feeling about things, and let me know down below what you think about the live arena update and the new champion and all that. I'll probably host some polls over on the community tab to do to let you share your opinion, and then I'll also be getting more in-depth breakdown posts in text form over on the site. The site is going to be optimized for mobile here within a few days, so hang in tight. Right now it's built for PC, and then we are also going to be adapting it to mobile, but all of this coding stuff is a big process, and that will be here within 3 or 4 days probably. So yeah, that is going to be all for this video. I appreciate all of you. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. I will see you soon in the next video and stream and all that good stuff. Peace.